Hello, I am Aifel of Lorlin, and let's dive deeper into Maestro and making music for a lot of doings online. So let's talk more about drums. We have a MIDI song here. We choose to put drum on the percussion here, and then we try to play it with ABC preview. So you'll notice that there's a lot of rattling in this song. Maybe I don't like so much rattling here in this song. So how do I solve that? See, the problem is that if I start adjusting volumes, the volumes are the same for the notes. For example, if the guy that made the MIDI has put a high volume on the bass drum and a low volume here on the rattle, which actually I think he has. Well, there's certainly not a high volume on the capacitor there. So we can get around this issue if you have enough band members to do it, of course. Because what we can do is we can make another drum, put it on the same, and then what we do is that we take a bass drum and maybe snare away from one, and on the other one we only have those. So what we of course is gonna do now is that we are gonna up the volume of the bass drum and snare, and we are gonna lower the volume on the rattle and slap and rim shot and that stuff, like this. And as you can hear, there's not so loud rattles right now. So that's a little trick, so to say. And I can also say, but what if I wanted even louder bass drum? I have put it on max, but what if I wanted even louder? Well, I have two drums already, so I can just enable them on both, and then only have the rattles on the one with low volume. So that's one trick. There's many other tricks you can do. For example, maybe you don't like that rattle short free at all. Actually, there's too many of them, you can maybe think. So you can just disable it, and that's it. Also a little trick. So this is very simple. So let's go to another thing that's also very simple. It's very simple but very fun. Cowbell. So cowbell is a single note instrument. So you can see when I apply it on a part here, we get 4 notes, but it's gonna play the same note all the time on all of them. And it's not a sustained instrument. And the same goes for the more cowbell. Doesn't matter which notes you put on it, it still only plays the same note. They sound a little bit different, those two cowbells. So use that to your advantage. And then we have a special case, which is the Student FX fiddle. So the Student fiddle, that's an instrument in Lotto that has both sustained notes and not sustained notes. It has 3 non-sustained notes at the very bottom of the lowest octave, and then there is some notes over that that doesn't do anything, and then the rest of the notes is exactly the same as basic fiddle. So basic fiddle has all 3 octaves, lower, middle, and upper. And student fiddle only have, I think it's a little more than 2 of the same. But what it can do is play some other notes, or rather sounds, special effects at the bottom there. So if we, instead of taking a student fiddle and putting on a part, which is not so useful, you can use it in special cases, maybe if you edit your MIDIs yourself in a MIDI editor. That's a little bit beyond the scope of these video tutorials though. If we, for example, put the student FX fiddle on the drum kit, then you can see here it works just like drum. So we are gonna disable almost everything. And then we have a heavy staccato on the acoustic snare, and let's hear that. So those 3 special effects sounds, is the other one is knock wood. That is knocking on the wood of the violin or fiddle. And then the ricochet. So 3 special effects sounds that you can play around with. And of course you can, as always, you can put it on whatever track you want. If you want to put it on this track, for example. So that gives some options. It's a fun instrument. So that, I think, has covered all the percussion instruments. But there's more to say about drums, and we'll get to that in other videos. So this is enough for this video, I think. So see you later.